Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is my privilege, graduates, you may be seated. It is my privilege to represent the Union Area Education Association this evening and welcome all of you to the graduation of our class of 2021. On behalf of all of your teachers, I want to express how proud we are of all of you. Your success throughout this pandemic has proven that whatever challenges you come through in life, you will come through with flying successes. I graduated from this school 33 years ago last night, and a lot has changed since then. But one thing has not changed. We are still small but mighty. I hope when you leave Sox Russo's stadium this evening, and by the way, Sox Russo's was my senior class advisor, I hope you leave here tonight with the pride that I still feel 33 years later in being a Union Scotty.
Good evening, everyone. Honored seniors, faculty and staff, parents, grandparents, and friends. As president of the Union Area Board of School Directors, it's my honor to bring greetings to you on behalf of the board as we celebrate the class of 2021. To the class of 2021, the board wants you to know that we are proud of you and all that you have accomplished, and especially through a very, very difficult pandemic year. Did I say difficult pandemic year plus? Because how long has this been going on? Long enough, I think. Anyhow, you have demonstrated high achievement as well as success in the areas of academics, athletics, the arts, science and technology, just to name a few. And by the way, it's not quite over yet either. I thought a nice little footnote would be to add, we still have a baseball team playing and a softball team playing representing Union, so good luck to them. I had the opportunity to be present at the Senior Awards Assembly this past Tuesday. I was impressed to learn of the many awards that the class of 2021 earned. This class has demonstrated a high level of academic achievement, and the results of their hard work paid off for them. It enabled the classmates of the class of 2021 to earn over $1 million in scholarship money. I think that's very commendable too. And actually, for such a small class to earn that type of scholarship money, it's really remarkable. I'm sure the class members realize that they didn't get where they are tonight all on their own. They had some help, wonderful supporting cast of teachers, parents, grandparents, and others. And I think it's important for this class to recognize those people. So class, if you would, stand up and applaud your parents and helpers. Thank you. Class of 2021, you're blessed in many ways. We know that you will make Union, community, and yourselves proud in the years to come. The senior video that you watched last Tuesday finished up with these words. You're done. Make us proud. I think we should add 3 more words. Make yourself proud. So again, seniors, on behalf of the board, I extend to you congratulations and best wishes to every one of you. May you continue to live your lives in good health, and may you enjoy happiness in all that you do. Good luck and happy graduation. Thank you.
Good evening to the parents, distinguished guests, faculty, and students. On behalf of our little Scotties in the Memorial Building, we would like to extend our sincere congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm sure you've heard this over and over again throughout the year, that you are graduating as the world grieves a pandemic. However, we know what you have overcome to meet this obstacle head on. We wish you continued success as you take that next journey into your future. I'm delighted to introduce tonight's commencement speaker because on a personal level, he is a dear, dear friend of mine. The Shafula family was like my second family, and all the siblings in the home were like my second set of siblings. Carol, Jim's oldest sister, was my best friend. We graduated from Union High School together and attended the same college. We both became teachers. I spent many evenings in their home sitting with the family, drinking coffee, and eating Mrs. Shafula's delicious homemade Italian cooking. Jimmy, as we called him, was just a young boy at the time. We always liked to tease him because he loved to read, especially volumes of encyclopedias. But in hindsight, look where he is today and listen to what he has accomplished. Jim was raised just a few houses down from the school on Scotland Lane. He was a 1976 graduate of Union High School, where he was class president. In fact, it was his class that was responsible for the time capsule we hear about each year at commencement. In 1980, he received a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics with honor from the University of Pittsburgh. In 1983, he received his law degree from the University of Pittsburgh School of Law. Prior to joining the law firm of Dentons, Jim was a general partner for more than 10 years at Thorpe Reed and Armstrong in Pittsburgh and an in-house counsel for Gulf Oil Corporation in Pennsylvania and Texas. While there, he was one of the attorneys in the public finance practice that was listed in the Bond Buyers Municipal Marketplace, commonly known as the Red Book, an industry who's who of bond counsels and underwriters. Working with Dentons, which, by the way, is the world's largest firm with 12,000 lawyers in more than 80 countries, Jim focuses his practice on finance, corporate securities, commercial and real estate law, and shareholder disputes. His clients cover a host of industries, including banks, contractors, developers, physicians, manufacturers, television stations, geotechnical engineers, franchisors, and franchisees. The transactions he has handled during his career has been as varied as the clients he represents. As a shareholder in the corporate and commercial finance practice groups, his clients describe his approach to the practice of law as creative and committed, a trusted advisor who always understands their best interests with a clear focus. His lawyer-client relationship that he has developed over the years is what he relishes most. Jim's honors and awards are numerous, some including being listed in the Best Lawyers in America several times, recognized by the Chambers USA for Banking and Finance Law, presenter at the 2008 PA Bar Institute Commercial Document Series, memberships to the American Bar Association, Texas Bar Association, as well as qualifications to practice law in Pennsylvania, Texas, U.S. Court of Appeals for the Southern District of Texas, and the U.S. Supreme Court. I could go on and on bragging about Jim, but his commencement speech awaits. So at this time, it is with great pleasure and an honor to present to you a Union Scottie and tonight's commencement speaker, my adopted little brother, Attorney James Jimmy Shafula.
Wow, with connections like that, I should have been up here a lot earlier than 45 years. Thank you, Mrs. O'Neill and Dr. Ross, so much for having me here tonight. I can't tell you what an honor it is to address the class of 2021 from Union Area High School. Despite an incredibly difficult year, you guys have made it, and you should all be proud of yourself, and congratulations to you. Having lived through such unusual times, this following news may not even upset you. I just wanted you to know that there were other speakers considered for this. For instance, Bill Gates was considered, but he was too busy with the divorce. Then they considered Elon Musk, but his car couldn't make it here in one single charge. And then they went to Bezos. Well, he's done with the divorce, he still didn't think there were enough prime customers in Lawrence County to make it worth his while. So you're stuck with me. After this pandemic, and now that we're getting through it, I remember sitting in your seat 45 years ago, and I'm sure that sometimes you guys think you got the worst end of the bargain being part of the pandemic graduating class. But I remember sitting 45 years ago thinking maybe I got the short end of the stick. Why? Why, you ask? Well, I thought to myself, I'm graduating from a very small school in Western Pennsylvania, not highly known, and I'm going away to a university where there's undergraduates and graduate students who many of them went to private schools and large public high schools that had all of the resources in the world. And I was sure that because of that, that I was going to be overlooked, not taken seriously, and no one thought of Union as being high on the list of academic institutions that would make a difference in the world. I sat in the same seats that you sit in tonight, graduating from Union, getting ready to go to school or to a career. But let me tell you this, and let me say it very clearly. You're here tonight, and the world is ahead of you, and you can do whatever you want as long as you let it be up to you. And what do I mean by that? There's three simple words that I think you have to think about every day, and tonight especially as you're starting on your life in the world. And that is, you have to prepare, you have to focus, and most importantly, you have to show up. There is nothing that is more important than showing up. So let's take preparation for first. I wanted to be a lawyer since I was 10 years old. Don't ask me why. I saw them on television. It looked very interesting to me. They had all the answers. They knew all the rules. And they could make changes happen as a result of all that. So I began preparing for life in the law and in business, and I wasn't even sure what that meant. But I knew I had to go to college. I knew then I had to go to law school. And I knew I had to then find a job. There were no lawyers in my family. So I had to figure out that path myself, which was fine because I did figure it out. I researched it. I figured out, and I did read the encyclopedia, and I know that was an odd thing to do, but it was outside the bedroom door, and it was all there was to read sometimes. So the preparation never ends in life because later in my career I determined I also wanted to do public company work, so I had to learn what that entailed. And I figured that out and moved on to that. But no one just comes up to you and offers you things. You have to get the experience to be able to be in that role. And most importantly, there are many ways you can get that experience, but you have to learn it from others, and you have to take steps, incremental steps to get you there. So the one thing I will say is that you do the things that are going to get you to where you want to be and become indispensable to your employer or to the organizations you belong, and know as much as you can possibly know. Read all you can about the trends in the area. Keep an open mind and remain creative throughout your careers, and accept new ideas and make things better. In my case, I saw working on boards that didn't pay a salary as one way of going to learn what a board needed to be. And after doing that for a number of years, then the first board nomination came along. I accepted it, and I've been doing it for now 20 years. The second word that I mentioned was focus. And you want something in life, you have to focus on getting it. Once you're sure of what you're after, you need to direct all your attention, your efforts, and your energy on attaining it. I'm not talking about myopic focus, nearsighted focus that is going to disregard all of the ethics. I mean, the prisons are full of those guys who wanted to get rich, but they didn't want to put in the focus and the time to become wealthy. I'm talking about focus to become an expert on subject matter. If you're a lawyer or a machinist or a code writer, you need to hone in on what's important before you do anything and then build on what you found. You've all probably heard when someone receives an award, they'll say they are standing on the shoulders of giants. And they're being humble, of course. But what they really mean is that they are taking what was before them from teachers, from people who did it, and they're making it just that much better. So in my freshman year of college, I have a story that it always makes me laugh, because in my freshman year of college, I took an archaeology course at Pitt. And Mrs. O'Neill will appreciate this because she knew my father well. And the professor was a young, smart, energetic, charismatic professor of archaeology. And he was recruiting students to work on a new dig down in Avella, Pennsylvania, which is just south of Pittsburgh on the way to Washington. And the idea was the professor was trying to show early man's migration over the land bridge from Russia to North America, and that people had arrived in this area where we are now 10,000 years ago or more. So I was absolutely mesmerized by all this. And the deal was that if you went on the dig, you paid tuition, you got college credits toward your graduation. And this would have been like working with Indiana Jones. And I know probably none of these graduates know who Indiana Jones was, but I know your parents certainly do. So I told my father that I might want to be an archaeologist instead of a lawyer. And I had been dazzled by the prospects of working on this dig. And by the way, the dig is called Meadowcroft Village. If you haven't been there, go. It's worthwhile to see where man was 10,000 years ago. But my father said to me in a very sober voice, he said, "Did I send you to college to get stupid?" He said, and I was floored. I didn't know what he was saying. He said, "Let me get this right. I'm going to pay tuition so you can dig in the dirt? I don't think that's going to happen." He said, "You have a job for the summer, and you're going to work in that job this summer. And that's what's going to pay your tuition." And at that point, I said, yeah, I guess I had lost my focus, and my focus on my dream. And I was about to probably fall into the trap of going from major to major in college, and then being in there for a long time. But he really did snap me back into the focus that I needed. He used to always tell a joke about a guy whose son started in college. He changed majors from psychology to sociology to art to English. And he asked this guy what his son was going to be when he got out of school. And the old guy said, "I think he'll be an old man probably by the time he gets out of school." So that's what I did not want to do. So I focused, I went back, and I'm sure my father would have supported me if I wanted to be an archaeologist, but I'm glad he put me back on the line of focus. So the last portion of all this, and I don't want to take too much time, but I will say this: the world is run by people who show up. Think about that for a second. The world is run by people who show up. And 80% of success is really just showing up. So these two sayings may not resonate with you yet as graduates, but if you follow them, I promise you, you will succeed in life and in your career. So what do I mean show up? It's simple. You can't just sit there waiting for good things to happen to you. Gravity is your enemy. It's going to hold you back. It's complacent gravity that you don't want to be in its grasp. Because if you are, you will not be successful. So when I went to college, I was absolutely sure, coming out of Union, I was not prepared to succeed in college. I stood there, or I sat there, and I said, "Oh my God, these kids, they have all greater educations than I have." Union didn't seem to prepare me for the post-secondary experience. I really didn't know how to take notes in class. I wasn't sure what good study habits were. And that was my fault, because I didn't pay close attention. But my parents were busy raising 6 children. I was 4th out of 6, and there wasn't a lot of time at home that they were working on my spelling words, that's for sure. So my first day of college, I remember walking into a Cathedral of Learning, huge building, and there were 2 guys there, young undergraduate students, and they were talking about the current crisis in the Middle East. So it's been going on for that long. But they were talking about things that I had never even heard of. And so that just reinforced more that I didn't think I was ready for school and that I wasn't prepared to be in these college classes. But it gets better, too. So the first day of college, I was looking for my class, and the cathedral, as I said, is a big building, and I couldn't even find the room. So now I think, oh my goodness, this is going to be a tough 4 years. So I wasn't even sure I could find the room, let alone do the coursework. So but I finally found it, and lo and behold, it even gets worse. I walked in there, and there's the two guys who were talking about the strife in the Middle East, and they were sitting up front in the class, ready to work. And it gets even a little bit worse because the professor looked like someone who came out of central casting because he was the all disheveled, one of those professors you're going to say, wow, this guy, he's going to be tough. And sure enough, he was. So what did I say? I said to myself, I got to figure this out. I just looked deep inside me and tried to think back to what I had learned in high school. And it started to come to me. And that was, if you prepare and you focus and you show up, you can do it. So, it's hard to believe that back in '76, colleges didn't post grades online. But we didn't have online then. But instead, what they would do is they would send out the grade report after the semester, probably a week to 2 weeks afterward. So it was the December of '76, and I was waiting on my grades to come, and I had no clue what I had gotten. I had never taken classes where there was so much information, and I certainly had never taken tests where there was so much information to cover. It was just so much work that went into it. Then, fast forward to Christmas Eve. I'll never forget the night because it's like it was yesterday. It was a snowy night. My high school friends and I had gotten together, my brothers, and we were going to play football in the side yard on Scotland Lane. And just then we had started the game, and my father pulls into the driveway, and we used to get our mail downtown at the post office, and he comes in, he says, I have a letter from Pitt. And I opened it up, and lo and behold, there were 4 A's and 1 B+. And I was absolutely shocked because I didn't think I had done that well. And I'll talk about the B+ because I took this jazz course because I thought it was going to be an easy course. Turned out to be the B+, and it was the hardest because I think I'm tone deaf, and I've never taken another music class after that. But once I got over that shock, I then looked at the report that came with it, and it said I had gotten the highest grade in that political science class where the two guys were there. And at that point, it really hit me, and it hit me hard, that I was prepared, and that Union Area High School did prepare me for life after high school. And I thought back, and I often think back to teachers that made a difference in my life over those years. And I think back to a teacher I had in my senior year that was here at Union, Richard Diana. And he taught me how to analyze and peel the onion away to see what was underneath and to really understand what I was looking at. And then there was my science teacher in high school, Don Bromley, who also was my golf coach. And he taught me a lot of life lessons. He taught me that if you didn't play well, you sat in the middle on the hump in the car. But so what are you getting from this story? I hope you're getting something from it, but I know what I got. I got proof that I could succeed in college classes just like the prep school students did. I got proof that Union High School had prepared me for a post-secondary education and law school. And I got proof that if I showed up, I could succeed in college and ultimately in a career that I choose. So I learned a valuable lesson because the small success in that first trimester, I had the confidence that I never had before. And you look for those little moments where you gain confidence and you build on that. So I went the next 3.5 years of college never missing a class because I hadn't missed any classes in the first semester. And I said, I'm going to do what made sense and what got me to where I was. So my credo ever since has been, you need to show up. And this holds true in every important endeavor in life. Even later in life, I said to myself, keep showing up. So since then, I have worked for 2 public companies on their board, and I've always made sure that I've been at every meeting that was ever held. And in 20 years, I haven't missed a single meeting of the boards or the committees that go with the boards. So I know it sounds like compulsive behavior, but for me, it's just become a very good habit that I follow, and I hope that you can as well. So I'm going to wrap this up because we have better things to do tonight, like getting you graduated. And I'm just going to say, in very simple terms, you need to show up in mind and body. And if you do, you're going to be successful. Now, go get them, Union Area Class of 2021. And never forget, you are the you in Union. And no one, and I mean no one, is better than you. And bring together the union of preparation, focus, and showing up, and make us all proud. Congratulations to you.
Jimmy, on behalf of the Union Area School District, we'd like to present you with this plaque. It says the Union Area School District congratulates you on your success as a graduate of our school district. Thank you for serving as our 2021 commencement speaker.
Thank you very much. This makes me very proud. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's an honor for me to present to you the top 10 of the class of 2021. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until the bios are complete. Kaylin Machiko. Kaylin is the daughter of Mike and Jamie Machiko. She will be attending Youngstown State University and majoring in nursing. Kaylin Machiko. Skylar Fisher. Skylar is the daughter of Kylie and Doug Fisher. Skylar will be attending Coastal Carolina University and majoring in early childhood education. Skylar Fisher. Nathan Schuler. Nathan is the son of Randy and Bobby Schuler. Nathan will be attending Kent State University and majoring in nursing. Nathan Schuler. Anthony Stoddard. Anthony is the son of Jody Moore and Edward Stoddard. Anthony will be entering into the workforce. Anthony Stoddard. Logan Lazier. Logan is the son of Sean and Jackie Lazier. He will be attending Slippery Rock University and majoring in biology. Logan Lazier. Haley Diggets. Haley is the daughter of Bill Diggets and Tammy Diggets. She will be attending Robert Morris University and majoring in political science. Haley Diggets. Anthony Apodaca. Anthony is the son of Donnie and Marcy Freeman and Terrence and Michelle Apodaca. Anthony will be attending Grand Canyon University and majoring in biology. Anthony Apodaca. You have a lot of people that love you out there. Caitlin McCurdy. Caitlin is the daughter of Steve McCurdy and Laura Eve. Caitlin will be attending Westminster College and majoring in business on the pre-law track. Caitlin McCurdy. Salutatorian Michael Crescido. Michael is the son of Maura Hurley Crescido and Lawrence Crescido. Michael will be attending Duquesne University and majoring in pharmacy. Michael Crescido. Valedictorian Julia Williams. Julia is the daughter of Ron and Christy Williams. Julia will be attending Allegheny College and majoring in neuroscience and psychology. Julia Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the class of 2021 top 10.
On November 19, 1976, Union Area High School placed a time capsule into the ground at the Veterans Memorial on Wilson Drive and dedicated it to the class of 2076. Through a contest in the school, it was named Pride of the Past, and its motto is the best of yesterday to the best of tomorrow. To us, it means the token and symbols and pride are representing one of the best communities and one of the best states in the greatest experiment of freedom in the world today. A will was written identifying the capsule, describing its contents, and naming its location. The will also includes the instructions for use of the contents of the capsule 100 years from then. Some of the contents of the capsule include a letter from Bob Hope, Carol O'Connor, Dorothy Hamill, President Ford, Vice President Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, Cardinal Wright, President d'Estaing of France, Secretary of the United Nations, and many other distinguished personalities in and out of the United States. Articles included in the capsule are items dealing with the school, history of the community, letters of the students, and taped recordings, messages from the students and community residents, all of which are addressed to the class of 2076. A stone from the school environmental center was carved into a marker that rests at the site of the capsule. The stone has a marker which reads, "Beneath lies the time capsule, Pride of the Past. May it be the best of yesterday to the best of tomorrow." A 4-foot key to the capsule has been made containing 100 holes, one for each graduating class, to place a symbol of that class on the key. Will the class of 2021 President Kaylin Muchiko and Vice President Caitlin McCurdy come forward along with the class of 2022 President Raquel Zarlingo and Vice President Madeline Gorgas?
Hi. I'm just going to pass the key over now. I, Kayla Machiko, President of the Class of 2021, will now continue the journey of the Pride of the Past. I have added a symbol from the Class of 2021, a charm of good luck to the following classes at Union Area schools. With this symbolic key to Pride, I pass to you the will of the Class of 1976. As guardian of the will of the key, you have the commission to safeguard them and ensure their proper transfer to your successor. This, with the help of your classmates, will be your part in accompanying Pride during the 46th year of its 100-year journey. May you and all that follow you succeed in your task, and may the class of 2076 see the guts of Pride. Before I pass the key, I have a few words to say. So, as most of you may know, I didn't always go to Union. I moved to Union in 7th grade. I never really felt at home or welcome at my old school. Something was always missing, whether it was the people that were around me or just the environment I was in every day. When I moved to Union, I was scared and a little upset to be moving from a place that I always known to a place where I didn't know anyone. I can say, however, that Union feels like home. Moving from a larger volume school to a smaller school was probably one of the best things to ever happen to me. The friendships I have created and the experiences I have had at Union will stay with me forever. Sorry. I want to thank our family and friends for creating such a great environment and always making us feel at home. Here's to the class of 2021 and all the bonds we have made. I couldn't be more proud to be a president of such a great class. Even though Nick Cartwright may say he was the best president, I feel honored to have had you all alongside me in the hallways. Lastly, I would like to say good luck to you all in your future plans, and always remember, you'll have a home called Union to come back to. I'm not touching it. I, Raquel Zarlingo, President of the Class of 2022, accept the key to Pride and the will of the Class of 1976.
I pledge to safeguard them and to pass them properly to my successor. With the help of my classmates, I will do my part in accompanying Pride in the 46th year of its journey.
It is now my honor to introduce the Salutatorian of this year, 2021, Michael Cressito.
I would first like to thank everyone here tonight, along with the entire Union community. Your support makes so much possible. I would also like to sincerely thank the administrators, the teachers, and each faculty member at Union. Your work has opened many doors for me over the years and has helped me to create memories I will never forget. And to my family, I thank you for always pushing me in the right direction and helping me to get to where I am today. I would also like to thank my classmates. I think when virtual learning began, we realized how much we relied on one another. So thank you for all the incredible memories. Worth. Worth is an idea that seems to find its way into every aspect of our lives. We constantly question the worth of things. Whether it is a head of lettuce at the grocery store or a new car, we ask ourselves, is it worth it? But we also say these same words when speaking about opportunities, events, and experiences. I've heard people say over my high school career, you give 13 years, countless hours, and a lot of hard work. And it is for what? A short event and a piece of paper. Is it worth it? But I find that this is a very concrete way to observe in a very abstract situation. By questioning the value and importance of 1 minute over another, we begin to find ourselves putting a monumental amount of worth on certain days. Days such as today, in fact. We let the anticipation build up, and we become consumed with this idea of being happier in the future, so much so that we forget to enjoy the present. We begin to wish that the present would just go faster and faster, just so that we can get to one of these monumental moments we see in the future. We start to say one of the most loved phrases of our time, I can't wait for. I always found the expression sort of funny after I would hear myself say it. The future will come regardless of our level of patience. However, it is us who will not be waited for as time passes. We use this phrase commonly. Usually starting on Monday morning, we cannot wait for Friday, and on Friday, we cannot wait for the weekend, and then the weekend seems to be over so quickly, and it is Monday morning, and the rotation starts once again. We look forward to certain days so much that we fail to see what is so special about the present. If we think about our lives as a time glass full of sand, we pick out certain grains of sand that we think are so much better than the rest. We become fixated on these grains so much that we are willing to wish that every grain of sand would fall through faster and faster just so we can get to that one. We tell ourselves that things will be so much better when that grain of sand finally gets to the opening. But the reality of the situation is that grain of sand that we focus on falls through just as fast as all the ones before it. And we are left looking ahead, trying to find that next grain of sand. This is the feeling that you get when you pull in the driveway after being on a vacation, and you tell yourself that it was a really fun trip and that you're glad to be home. But there's something in the back of your mind asking, is that it? John Lennon, a beloved member of the Beatles, once said, life is what happens to you while you are busy making other plans. We get so obsessed with the complexity of tomorrow that we forget to enjoy the simplicity of today. The most special and cherished moments of our lives are so often not the ones where we are doing something out of the ordinary. Some of the most special moments are the ones that feel like they are the ones that are just making you wait for something better. Having a cup of coffee in the morning with a loved one, enjoying your favorite TV show with your family, walking with your friends after a half day, or just sitting and talking in study hall. These are the moments that are so special, and yet at the time we tell ourselves that they couldn't go any slower, because we cannot wait for something better. Everything about these moments is temporary, and they can never be recreated. There are so many Monday mornings in my past that I wish I could go back and have 5 minutes, and at the time, they seem so normal. We live in such a fast-paced world and society, and it is too often that we try to keep up. Slow down and enjoy each day. After all, looking back, it seems that it is the most simple moments that leave the most profound memories in our hearts. I would now like to introduce Valedictorian Julia Williams.
Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and fellow classmates. As almost everyone sitting before me already knows, I'm not the most enthusiastic when it comes to public speaking. In fact, I put writing off this speech until the last possible minute. However, I can say that I take great pride and honor in standing up here today. I would like to begin with a few thank yous. I would like to thank my teachers for the enormous amount of dedication they have put into making us not only the best students we could be, but also the best people. I would like to thank our administration for all of their hard work in giving us proper education despite the challenges they faced this past year. I would like to thank my family and friends for not only motivating me to be where I am right now, but also for the constant love and support. I would not be where I am without you guys. And finally, I would like to thank my classmates for making these past few years beyond memorable. But there are a few more things I would like to say to you guys. Now, I know that among our class, we've had our fair share of differences, but standing here today, all of that is in the past. And the stories we'll remember for years to come will instead be the good ones. These past couple of months and the amazing memories I made within a matter of weeks really goes to show, despite what I constantly say, I might actually miss this all. We may hold on to the memories forever, but it is now time that we begin the next chapter of our lives. I know it seems scary, but you must remember, the things that excite us and scare us at the same time are the things that lead to the best memories, the best relationships, and oftentimes the most success. Just think back to 8th grade when we were all so terrified of high school. Now look at us. I'm sure that the next challenges we face will have better outcomes than we expect. So don't be nervous, be eager, be excited, and most importantly, be confident in yourselves and your abilities. But on one last note, I would like to address how difficult this past year has been for everyone. It is surely not everything we dreamed of, but as Mrs. Bledgy once told us, it gives us a story to tell. This year is no doubt one we will remember and tell all of our children to come. I would like to add, however, it also shows our dedication, persistence, and strength, and has taught us lessons we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. This past year has shown us the importance of family, our friends, our teachers, and our peers, and has taught us that life will bring unexpected challenges and obstacles out of absolutely nowhere. But that doesn't mean we give up or hang our heads, and to all of my fellow classmates, congratulations on not giving up. Congratulations on completing the stage of your lives. Now is your moment to shine, and I would like to wish all of you the best of luck with your futures.
All right, seniors, let's get you presented to Dr. Ross. Dr. Ross, all graduates present have met the curriculum requirements established by the Union Area Board of Education and Pennsylvania Department of Education. I proudly present to you the class of 2021 for your acceptance.
Thank you, Mr. Nogue. It's the acceptance of the graduates by the superintendent that will make your graduation from high school official. So that's an honor I hold in high regard and one I feel humbled and privileged to have. You're a great class. I'm going to miss all of you. You all have special talents and special abilities. Each one of you have a different place in my heart, and I'll miss you all. Maybe not so much Turney, but I'll miss the rest of you a lot. I'm just kidding, Turney. I'm going to miss you the most, buddy. I'm going to miss you the most. I just want to leave you with one concept, and I do this every year, just a real quick concept to try to remember. And this is going to sound silly, but I talk about this in youth softball. Okay, I say this all the time. You'll learn more from your failures than you will from your successes. This has been a challenging year for all of us, especially you seniors. I'm sure when you decided to, your 9th grade year, you're going to start your high school career, I don't think you pictured your senior year like this. It's been full of challenges and barriers and obstacles to overcome. You could look at those challenges as something that holds you back, that you can whine about it or complain about it, ignore it, not react to it, or you can see those challenges as opportunities. That's the way I like to see challenges, and that's the kind of advice I want to give you. How you react to challenges and barriers is what defines your character and defines you as a person. Don't let the challenges of this year define your senior year. Let how you respond to it define your senior year, and take that concept moving forward. Again, you'll learn more from your failures than your successes because it teaches you to be resilient and to fight back and to never give up. And that's what I challenge you all to do as you move forward in this next chapter of your life. So without further ado, I'm going to get you graduated here. I, Dr. Michael A. Ross, as a commissioned officer of the Pennsylvania Department of Education, hereby accept the class of 2021 for graduation. Mr. Medved, please provide me a roll call. Thanks.
You start on this side. So the table on this side is for the graduates, and this side, the table on this side. Before we begin, I would like to ask that you hold your applause and your cheers until we finish each row. Joseph Howard Anarelli III. Anthony Vincent Apodaca. Helena Grace Blakely. Hannah Ellen Bowen. Cheyenne Adriana Burlingame. Nicholas Robert Cartwright. Richard Lawrence Corbin, Jr. Riley Caitlin Cruz. Michael Thomas Crescido. Marlia Nicole DeAugustine. Haley Michelle Diggets. Brandon Shea Diamond. Brendan Shea Diamond. And I've known him since he's in first grade. Skylar Ann Fisher. Connor Thomas Gales. Aaron Michael Gunn. Ethan John Hairhogger. Kayla Lynn Helen. Ron Avery Holmes. Javon Martavius J. Morgan Elizabeth Johnke. Joseph Keith Kozusko. Logan Michael Leisure. James David McCart III. Caitlin Amber McCurdy. Michael Allen Morozek. Kaylin Marie Muchico. Anthony Blaze Neely. Nicolette Marie Panella. Anthony Pavelko Jr. Shelby Nicole Powell. Nathan Jonathan Schuler. Samuel Joseph Sizer. Michael Joseph Snaufer. Anthony James Stanley. Anthony Joseph Stoddard. Ava Renee Serena. Gianna Marie Trott. Aaron Michael Turney. Jacob Dominic Vitale. Michael John Wagner. Tyler David Welsh. Taylor Ann White. Julia Renee Williams. Elizabeth Rose Zinza. I present to you the class of 2021 graduated.
Absolutely, I love it. They're bad.
Well, this moment seemed years ago like it would never come. We told you in middle school, don't rush it. It's going to come before you know it, and it is upon us. It's no secret to all of you that I was most school spirit class of '88. You know how I feel about being a Scottie. And with us being here this evening on Scotland Lane, I thought I would end with a Scottish blessing. If there is righteousness in the heart. If there is righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. If there is beauty in the character, there will be harmony in the home. If there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. If there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. So, let it be.
Hold up. Let us go first.